Our coverage of Money Disrupt 2024 is brought to you by Alphium, Blockflow Alliance, Dynex, and Yeti Audits. A huge thank you to our partners allowing us to make this content possible. And let's get into today's episode.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for Serpent Tech, and this time we are at the Intelliflex container. This is the Lite version, not the big boy version that we saw last year, but they're relatively the same size. What, about the same footage as 42, 48? How long
this is in a standard 40-foot container, so it's 8 foot wide, 40 foot long,
the one last
9
year?
foot 6. Last year was a 6 megawatt high density system, so it was 12 wide, 60 feet long.
Okay, so this is, they call it the Intelliflex Lite, right? And this is Brian from Intelliflex. And Brian, how long have you been with this company?
I've been working with Intelliflex now for about 3 years. Yeah, our company originally has a background in highly engineered electrical deployments, so we would do a lot of wastewater treatment stuff. We've been doubled down and all in on Bitcoin now for about the past 3 years, building exclusively immersion systems.
And every time I come into one of your containers, they even got one outside. So if you're hot, you go and cool down real quick. It's absolutely top notch. You can actually see, look at how beautiful some of these setups are. They got RGB, and I was playing around with the controller, and Brian was like, hey, quit messing around with my lights. But you can see all of these containers are set up. Right now, they're set up for 3-phase, I believe, correct?
Yeah, so this is our proprietary 3-phase PDU that we build in Canada. So this is actually a 3-phase PDU, and it's able to power both 3-phase and single-phase miners with just a simple cord change. So we'll just do either a 3-phase PDU, a 3-phase cord, that's feeding 2 3-phase miners, or if we're doing single-phase miners, we'll do a cord that goes from 3-phase down to 3 single-phase miners. So you can run both types of infrastructure in the same tank, same PDU.
That's perfect, because a lot of miners are coming out lately, like from What's Miner or a number of different vendors that are primarily 3-phase, but the adaptability is nice. So you can run 3-phase or single-phase.
You can actually mix in the container. So you can run one bank of 3-phase, one bank single-phase, one tank of M66S, one tank S21 immersion, and then if you got some old S19s you got to put into immersion, convert those and run them in the rest of the container.
And so let's look at this container real quick. So obviously the ASICs are going to lay in here. We already got our Ethernet cable, power, everything already pre-ran. Me and Todd were actually talking about the cord. This is the L22, right? And you got your lines and your neutral.
Everything's smart PDU. We got an integrated PLC. Everything's on a breaker. We're not using cheap fuses like some of the competitors. You have API data available for everything that comes out of the smart PDU. And we feel it's one of the best PDUs in the industry right now.
And what about the pumps? Because the dry cooler right now, if I step outside, maybe I'll get a couple shots for you. The dry cooler is above us, right? We showed that last year on the other one. And then here are the pumps bringing in the fluid and obviously taking it back out to the dry coolers above.
Correct. So these are Grundfos pumps, best in the industry. We use all Victaulic fittings, high quality fittings that have been around for 100 plus years in the fire suppression industry. Heavy duty hoses. Again, we built this Intelliflex Lite to try to be at the right price point, but not to cut any of the quality that's in our Intelliflex systems.
Right, because if you cut quality, you're going to pay for it eventually, right? Anytime you cut corners, it sucks. That's in anything you do. Automotive, crypto, tech, it doesn't matter. So you said, how long was this container again, this one?
This is 40 feet. So this container comes in 2 variants. We have one variant that's 192 ASIC capacity. You can run those 192 ASICs up to 4.8 kilowatts.
Okay.
And then we have a 216 ASIC variant that runs at a slightly reduced rate if you're running higher efficiency miners, or perhaps you're not wanting to overclock so aggressively. You can run 216 ASICs at about 4,200 watts.
And everything is, you got your racks up here to run some of the lines.
Correct, cable tray. All the network gear is included.
I see back there actually. Let's go look at that. So this comes included, I mean, everything that I'm looking at comes included with the container if you order from Intelliflex. And last year, some of you guys hit me up in the comments, so I will make sure to pay attention this time. Brian got on me. We'll make sure to get you in contact with Brian and team from the Intelliflex, because this is high quality equipment. I'm like, if me and Todd could have it the way we want, BBT Todd, we probably have like 6 of these right now. So what do we got here? TP-Link?
Yeah, that's all VFDs. All the dry coolers up top are on VFDs. It's all automated. So as your temperatures, ambient conditions or temperatures coming up and coming down, the VFDs will actually speed up and slow down to give you the best PUE and the best possible sound output depending on your ambient conditions. And that's done based on your tank temperatures.
Right, and I saw the sensors, I see the termination of the sensors in here.
Yeah.
But those are all running throughout each of these containers.
Tanks. Yeah, every tank has a level sensor, a flow sensor, and then multiple 10 sensors for in and out. Yeah. Everything fully UL. You'll have no issue getting this permitted pretty much in any county in the USA. Everything's CSA approved if you're deploying to Canada.
And speaking of permitting, FDA, EPA.
EPA.
Did it give immersion, people, miners that want to run immersion cooling, did it give them a hard time, or is it just a matter of getting in touch with the local regulators or whatever, just making sure they're aware of it? Because I had a buddy of mine, I think in the South, he didn't advise the EPA of what he was doing, and I guess some liquid spilled, and they got a fine for it, and it was a pretty big fine. And I think it's more for safety, right? Like, so firefighters, if they need to come on site for whatever reason, they need to know what they're dealing with, right?
It would be treated no different than a spill of motor oil or gasoline or any other type of oil. Yeah, if there's any sort of oil that hits the ground, I think pretty much anywhere in North America, there is an authority that you would need to call and just advise.
Advise them, just let them know.
Yeah,
just let them know. Don't, again, cutting corners will cost you.
Yeah.
So where are the sensors in this container?
There'd be too many to find, but yeah, essentially there's sensors in every tank in the bottom. There's flow sensors, there's level sensors, there's temperature sensors on the inlet and outlet.
And I saw on the last model, there was kind of like a probe or something at the top here going in and then like kind of pivoting down. I guess that was the flow.
That was an ultrasonic level sensor.
Ultrasonic level sensor, okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving me some time.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, Mind Disrupt 2024. Brian, and every time I see him, always takes care of me. I appreciate him coming on the channel and talking with us. And do me a favor, if you're interested in one, give us a shout out. I'll make sure to provide Brian's information, Intelliflex information. Go check them out and get yourself a high quality immersion container, right? Because it's gonna get done right. And the way they set it up, and I saw them tear it down last year, it's a chore with that crane, but they do a good job, and I appreciate them. And do me a favor on the way out, hit that like button, get subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next one, all right?
Peace.